All right, everybody. This is the first of a number of videos about objections. The first objection has to do with hearsay. Hearsay is spelled H-E-A-R-S-A-Y. Hearsay, the definition of hearsay is that it is any out-of-court statement offered to prove the truth of the matter asserted. I'll say it again slower. Hearsay is an out-of-court statement offered to prove the truth of the matter asserted. Let me give you an example of that and why it's important. If I'm walking down the street and let's say Natalie comes up to me and says, "Hey, I just saw Cam rob the bank." And the prosecutor calls me to Cam's bank trial, and I testify on the stand. Natalie said that she saw Cam rob the bank. That would elicit a hearsay objection. Why? Well, there are two reasons. One, the prosecutor is using that to prove the truth of the matter asserted. He's using it to prove that Cam robbed the bank because Natalie saw him do it. Okay. The problem with hearsay evidence, and why it gets objected to, is because we want the person who saw the thing to be the one testifying about the thing. We want to see the person who observed what happened to be the one testifying about what happened. Okay. There are concerns about the credibility of a witness who only heard about what happened versus knowing what happened based on what they observed. Hearsay is any out-of-court statement offered to prove the truth of the matter asserted. There are three elements to that. The first is that the statement be out of court, which basically means that it wasn't sworn to in front of either a judge or a notary or somebody who can quote-unquote verify that it's true. The second is that it has to be a statement, some kind of writing or something that somebody said. The last thing for to prove the truth of the matter asserted is that trying to prove the truth of the statement. That's kind of complicated. It's a little tough to understand. We'll talk more about that in your practices most likely. So that's what we're talking about when we say hearsay. Hearsay is any out-of-court statement offered to prove the truth of the matter asserted. We don't like when people who weren't there to observe something testify about what somebody else observed. And that's sort of the rationale behind this hearsay rule and why we want to stop people from committing hearsay.